Todd, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. I've got some questions.
What's up?
All right. How do you feel about your role as a juror?
Um, well, I prefer not to be one in the game still, but it's pretty cool. It's something different. Didn't know what to expect, but it's relaxing. It's good to see the people that you care about so much. So win's a win in that aspect. Um, but I feel it's kind of cool. I get to dictate, well, be a part of dictating who's going to represent this season of Big Brother. Hopefully, Bailey, but but yeah, I think it's a great experience overall.
Do you plan to vote on based on who played the best game?
Well, that's who I think played the best game is definitely Bailey from start to end. Not only because it's not a biased answer either, because it was my number one. It's I feel other people also think the same way because she's a grinder and she's a go getter, and overall she can compete. She got an amazing social game, and yeah, she's a beast.
Uh, okay, I'm going to run through a couple of scenarios. If Anthony and Lexus are in the final two, which one of them will you vote for?
Um, I'm gonna have to listen to her speeches to really. That will be a decision I feel I'll make at the finale night.
Which one of them do you think will win?
Mm, right now, Alexis, but if Anthony, like, I don't really have these questions for Anthony, but if Anthony answers the other jurors' questions correctly, I think Anthony can come out on top. So it's very back and forth right now between the people in here. So I'm just formulating my own opinion like I did throughout the game, and I'm sticking to what I want to do, not what others want to do.
Hmm. If Bailey and Lexus are in the final two, which one of them will you vote for?
Bailey,
And which one do you
100%.
think will win?
Bailey,
If Anthony and Bailey are in the final two, which one of them will you vote for?
Bailey.
And and which one do you think will win?
and, I, and I think Bailey will still come out on top because Bailey's more of a loyal, honest person throughout the game with everyone rather than just a huge manipulation tactic. So, because I feel like when people are getting manipulated, they're probably going to be a little bitter about it. But I feel like I kind of kept my distance from Anthony a lot, besides in the beginning of the game when I wanted to know things about the game. And that's where I learned a lot of the game from Anthony. But there's only so far you can ask questions that's going to benefit you before it starts being more beneficial for one of the VIP star players in the game. So I try to get all my information as early in the game as I can from them. So it don't work only in their favor. It kind of works in both.
Is there anything that each person could do to change your mind about your vote?
Um, no, when I got my mind set on something, it usually don't change. I'm famous for learning from mistakes. Best way to learn.
What about the changing the minds of the jury as a whole?
Um, I don't. A lot of people are on the same page in here about who's gonna win, and in the aspects of what way they're gonna go with the votes. But uh, it's just a couple scenarios that I know that's gonna play out all right. But that being said, when the speeches that come to play, the questions are answered, and if they say what others want to hear, you never know what can happen, right?
Do you think the jury will be bitter?
I can only speak for myself on that question, but I'm not going to be a bitter juror. I'm going to hear anyone out. I'm going to respect everybody's answers, everybody's opinion, and I'll formulate my decision based off of that, regardless of the other jurors.
Are there any jurors that you think won't based on game?
There's probably a couple. Can't tell you who that is.
All right.
You'll wait, see.
Who do you think is running the game?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Who do you think is running the game?
Running?
Mm-hmm.
I think Anthony in his own mind thought he was, but there's also people that seen through that, like probably from the middle, because there's been patterns of why people's been exiting for backdoor reasons. Like me and Anthony weren't close, so at the end of the day, I didn't care if he got backdoored or not. So from the outside looking in, I feel like he was running the game, but that's why I've also never really said a whole lot about the guy. I would have said it when I was at an HOH or something, when I would have took a shot if I were to take a shot at him, because everyone that went around running their mouth, he managed to pull some strings, and they always ended up leaving. So it's always good to keep certain opinions and certain moves to yourself or someone you really, really trust in that game, because if not, it's going to bite you in the ass and you'll be gone before you know it.
Did you have a plan for what you would do if you had won the veto this week?
I definitely would have. Well, seeing it was the fourth, would have been my fourth. It would have been a hard decision, or not a hard decision. It would have been like bittersweet, because I definitely would have had to go for Anthony, because he's a huge player in this game. He was a huge player in season 7, so he never touched the block. So fourth veto, first person to put Anthony on the block, then take him out. I think that'd be a pretty good case if I made it to final 2, right?
What do you think Bailey needs to do to win the game?
Just make it to final 2. Continue doing what she's doing. She's doing great.
All right. What do you think was your biggest mistake in the game?
I don't know, because my expectation to make it to final 4 wasn't there in the beginning. So I don't really have too many regrets. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to even answer that question with a concrete answer, because I blew my own expectations and made it to where the unthinkable was for myself. So yeah, but there is a situation for the before and after where I kind of just jumped the gun and answered it rather than staying on reset and wait for Arissa to tell me to lock in my answer about Vivek and Donna, the one I got wrong. That's an answer I knew. It was just, I just had to done a happy trigger answer, and then as soon as she said lock it in, I was like, damn, that's wrong. And then the answer popped in my head, and then that tiebreaker, which would have brought me to the tiebreaker, and the answer was 209, and I averaged out all the shaker cups for what's shaking, and my answer would have been 200. So, but I'm also a person that don't dwell. I'm a person that's just got a mindset. It is what it is, and you just move on with your life. But that would be the only regret right there.
Who is the worst player left in the game?
Oh, 100% Vivek.
Who's still left in the game?
Oh, who's still left? I thought you meant. Sorry, Lexus, but I'm going to have to say your name. So, Lexus.
All right, Todd. Thank you so much.
All right. You have a great day. Take care.